Hi there and welcome to another tutoring video from me, His Tutor, and in this video we're looking at the Edexcel iGCSE topic of superpower relations and the Cold War. In this video we're going to look at the big 16-mark question, what you might call the bullet point question at the end of your paper, and we're going to focus on the events in the early 1960s and in particular the impact of events like the Cuban Missile Crisis. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through how to answer questions successfully, tutoring you through to some success in this question, hopefully showing you how to produce a top grade answer. We're going to revise our knowledge on the events in the early 1960s, the events that caused increasing tension, events like the Berlin Wall and the Cuban Missile Crisis. And I'm going to quiz you on your knowledge at the start of our little lesson, just to see how well your knowledge is developing on this topic. So use my YouTube channel to revise knowledge and use my revision guide pages to revise the knowledge as well. And we will then be practicing how to complete a successful answer in this question. Now, let's go to a quiz. Here's a quick quiz all about the events around the Cuban Missile Crisis and the developing Cold War as well. So have a look through these questions, see if you can answer them. If you can't, then maybe pause me and have a look through your revision guide and find the answers. Use it as a focus for some revision. Over to you now. Pause me now and see if you can answer the quiz. It's question number one. Who became the leader of Cuba in 1959? That's Fidel Castro, and it became feared that he was a bit of a communist. Why was the new leader of Cuba a problem for America? Well, he was communist and was buying Soviet weapons. From early on, it seemed like he was communist. Americans were a bit suspicious to start with, but then when he started buying weapons from Russia, they realized he was maybe an ally to the Russians. When did USA break up diplomatic relations with Cuba? That was 1961. And what was the CIA organized invasion of Cuba called? That's the Bay of Pigs. And as question 5 says, it failed. So why did it fail? Well, JFK did not support it. So it took away the naval and air support. The Cuban exiles only had 1,500 soldiers against a large Soviet-armed Cuban army. This is a real disaster for America. It was a bit embarrassing. They'd sent these Cuban exiles. These were Cuban people who had fled Castro's regime and sent them back to invade Cuba and try and retake it to be a democratic nation. America, and it had failed, and it was embarrassing. Who was president of the USA during the Cuban Missile Crisis? That's John F. Kennedy. So he looked like he was failing to some extent around this crisis. Remember, he'd also failed in his negotiations with Khrushchev and was looking weak right at the start of his regime. And yet he said he was going to be tough on communism. What did the USSR do to help Cuba? By late summer 1960, to help their military. They gave them lots of weapons. So supplies weapons for 100,000 soldiers, gave tanks, planes, and built a military base. When were missiles discovered on Cuba? So that's October 1962. A U-2 spy plane took pictures of a missile base being built, and it looked like there were missiles being installed. So how many Soviet ships were on their way to Cuba with missiles? So 20 ships, and this led to the blockade, of course. So what does Kennedy do? He blockades. That question 10. This is where the Cuban Missile Crisis hops up. The Soviet ships are trying to deliver missiles to Cuba. The Americans are blockading them. This is the key information around it. If you need to know more about that, then do have a look at my YouTube video all about the Cuban Missile Crisis. What is the final deal over Cuba? So the USA removes missiles from Turkey and the USSR removes missiles from Cuba. And obviously they install the hotline, which is one of the famous things about it. And what happened to the Russian leader after the crisis? So Khrushchev was sacked and replaced by Brezhnev. Brezhnev's a bit more of a hardliner, so we'll get things like the Brezhnev Doctrine, so you can link long-term to ideas like that. So here's the question we're going to look at. It says question 3, the Cuban Missile Crisis was the most important reason why Cold War tension escalated in the years 1960 to 64. How far do you agree? Explain your answer. And then it suggests you may use the Cuban Missile Crisis and events in Berlin, but you must use information of your own. Okay, so have a think about this question, and you'll know from my other tutoring videos, if you regularly looking at my channel, that I ask you to think about the question quite often and look at the words within the question and develop a success criteria, like a mark scheme. This is really important because you have to tick off the skills in the question to get high marks. For instance, what does it say? You must use information of your own. How does that restrict your marks? Must, because it says the word must. So there has to be a skill you need to do there. So think about all the word in the question. List some ideas now. If you've got my revision guide, you can list ideas on the page there. If you don't have my revision guide, you're just using this video to help, then get a piece of paper and start noting down some ideas. What would be in the success criteria for this question? Away you go. Okay, so I've said we need to have 3 different ideas being argued in here. It's telling us maybe to use Cuban Missile Crisis and events in Berlin and saying another one of our own. So we can possibly, if we've got time in the exam, try and have 3 ideas. We definitely have to have one of our own. In a peel paragraph, you're going to make a point of argument. So the Cuban Missile Crisis was somewhat important or very important, and give a reason why. You're then going to back that up with factual examples about the Cuban Missile Crisis. We then need to explain in our P paragraph the impact of the example. So we've talked about the Cuban Missile Crisis perhaps, and we need to explain its impact on developing tension in the Cold War, the escalation of tension. Then we can try and explain with some balance. It says there we may be looking to talk about success or failure. So we could try and explain success and failure, or success or failure. Explain widely. So develop a link to evaluate. This is where we might be saying our other side of the explanation. We might have said, yes, it's very impactful. We might say, no, it's not so impactful. And explain more widely to evaluate. And I've just made that point a bit clearer there in the evaluation idea, to try and give a strength weakness. If we think something is very important, we evaluate positively. We say it 2 ways if we can, that it's impactful. And at the end, we need to conclude, in this case, we need to conclude how much the Cuban Missile Crisis was the most important reason for escalating tension. So we've been given a couple of ideas, and I recommend you use them. Normally the ideas they give you are pretty decent, so use them. We've got to use the Cuban Missile Crisis. The question says it in there, so you can't ignore it. You've got to say the Cuban Missile Crisis. Events in Berlin, the Berlin Wall, is really, really important. It's one of the other big impactful events. So you can see this in your revision guide. If you don't have that, then obviously maybe set it out on some paper and see if you can list some ideas you'd talk about. Maybe think about events and maybe impacts they have in the Cold War, and list some ideas. And think about a third idea you would use, another event. There is another big event at the end of the 1950s heading into the 1960s that you could talk about. So pause me now and plan your ideas. List some facts, information about the events, and consider their impacts on the developing Cold War. Okay, so here's what I've got. I've got the Cuban Missile Crisis. So we've got brinkmanship increasing, a fear of MAD returned after the relative quiet of the thaw. And this is because Kennedy was trying to show his increased strength around Cuban Missile Crisis. Clearly, we're going to talk about him blockading, aren't we, as our event, and how that's increasing MAD and fear of nuclear war. Clearly, Kennedy's trying to increase his strength after defeat to Khrushchev at Vienna, and with the Berlin Wall being built, he does not want a diplomatic disaster again. He wants a victory over Cuba. The Cuban Missile Crisis does reduce tension because we start to get the hotline and missile negotiations begin, so test ban treaties, etc. So it's almost like the start of détente. So we could say perhaps it's the peak of the tension. Actually, tension reduces afterwards. Argument 2, events in Berlin. The Berlin Wall showed the Soviets were becoming aggressive. Checkpoint Charlie standoff was a massive piece of brinkmanship. The Berliner speech showed that the USA would continue to fight against communism. So we've got lots of ways that Berlin is continuing to escalate tension. U-2 spy plane incident is the one I'm going to pick as my extra idea. The spy plane was shot down. It led to the failures of the peace process in the Paris summit because Eisenhower refused to apologise. And of course, added to that, you've got the added tension of the fact that the USA was illegally spying on the Russians, which upset the Russians, of course. However, the Soviets had been spying on the USA as well, and it was clearly an espionage war. Both of them were doing it. So you could argue it doesn't increase tension as much as the events suggest. So how do we write our answer? So here it is a Peel paragraph writing frame. And you're going to make a point. So firstly, the Cuban Missile Crisis was somewhat, or we could say very important, the reason why the Cold War tension increased, because, I'm going to say, for example, and support with some events in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Then you're going to explain the impact on tensions in the Cold War. And you could do a furthermore or however, depending on what you said at the start. If you said somewhat useful, you probably need to say however. You said very useful, you probably need to do another strength, a furthermore. Okay, so let's work through this together, shall we? So here is my opening point. So I'm going to say, firstly, the Cuban Missile Crisis was a somewhat, or I'm going to say very important reason why the Cold War tension increased. Now, in my plan, I was starting to think that maybe the peak of the tension was the Cuban Missile Crisis, and it declined afterwards. So it doesn't escalate tension. So you could say actually that in the short term, there's lots of increasing tension, but after that, the tension decreases. So you could be arguing that you don't agree with that statement. So now pause me and see if you can come up with your opening sentence to this argument. Okay, so here's what I've said. I said, firstly, the Cuban Missile Crisis was a somewhat important reason why Cold War tension increased, because it led to brinkmanship that could have resulted in nuclear war. Now we need to give some evidence from our plan for this. So you could think about the events of the Cuban Missile Crisis, how a blockade developed and brinkmanship took place. So one or two sentences describe some events of the Cuban Missile Crisis that are backing up your idea of brinkmanship. Okay, so here's what I said. I said, for example, the Soviets attempted to place nuclear missiles at a base in Cuba. The American blockade of Cuba led to 13 days of tension as Soviet ships attempted to deliver the nuclear missiles. So now we've got some events you might have similar, which would be great. Remember, we're trying to do event and then impact. So now let's explain the impact of this. How did consequences develop that led to brinkmanship? So say something like, this meant Cold War tension increased because, trying to explain how brinkmanship and tension developed. Pause me now and give some consequences from our plan. Okay, so I said this meant that Cold War tension increased because the relative peace of the thaw created by Khrushchev's announcement of peaceful coexistence was destroyed now by brinkmanship of Kennedy's blockade of Cuba. This nearly led to nuclear war and MAD when Soviet ships attempted to pass through the blockade and when a Soviet submarine was attacked by the US Navy near Cuba. You know, I said it's somewhat important in my opening line, so I need to give maybe a however here. If you've gone for very important, you might want to give a furthermore and maybe another impact of the Cuban Missile Crisis. But as I'm going, however, I'm going to talk about how maybe the MAD led to a thaw and détente developing. Okay, so pause now and give your furthermore idea, giving maybe more long-term or a wider impact. Okay, so I said, however, the events in Cuba also changed the Cold War, as Kennedy was seen to have achieved a victory over the Soviets for the first time, and the USA became more confident. In addition, the fear of MAD led to a reduction in tension and a new thaw, as an emergency hotline was established between Moscow and Washington, and the East and West began negotiations towards disarmament. So I've got my first paragraph. I've now talked about Cuban Missile Crisis, and I don't think it's as important as other events. I now need to develop that idea by talking about some of the other events as well. So Berlin, probably more important, maybe it keeps on bringing back tension again and again and again. So here's our events, and here's some of our impacts in a writing frame. I'm not going to talk you through this line by line. See if you can come up with an argument. So pause me now, and away you go. Okay, so you can see my answer here. So I said, secondly, the events in Berlin were very important, increasing Cold War tension because they showed that the Soviets were becoming more aggressive, and Kennedy had to respond. I need an example of an event. So, for example, Khrushchev ordered the building of the wall around West Berlin to stop the free movement of people from east to west. This meant that Cold War tension increased because Khrushchev's actions appeared aggressive, as they enclosed West Berlin and removed freedom of movement to the east. This also demonstrated by the Checkpoint Charlie incident, when access was refused to a couple wishing to go to the theatre in East Berlin. This led to increased Cold War tension as General Clay ordered military support and a tense tank standoff developed. A nuclear disaster was avoided, and the tanks slowly withdrew one by one. Furthermore, the Ich bin ein Berliner speech demonstrated continuing Cold War tensions, as by 1963 Kennedy was a strong position against Khrushchev compared with events at the Vienna summit. He promised to protect West Berlin, which meant tensions were high still. In addition, his success in Cuba and defense Berlin were factors in the removal of Khrushchev and the appointment of a Cold War hardliner called Brezhnev in the east. And the Brezhnev doctrine promised to maintain communist states, so Cold War tensions continued. We can link lots of ideas and impacts to Berlin to really show huge amounts of impact and tension developing. So I've argued this is my strongest idea. Finally, we can talk about the U-2 spy plane incident as our extra idea. So this isn't the most important idea, but it's the start of the decline in relationships that might lead to some brinkmanship and increased tension. I think it's a really important idea to consider. So again, go through it yourself using the plan, come up with an idea, and you can see my example answer afterwards to mark your own idea. Pause me now and away you go. Okay, so I said finally the U-2 spy plane incident was quite important in increasing Cold War tension because it began to bring down peaceful coexistence. For example, in 1960, the Soviets shot down Gary Power's U-2 spy plane and showed the pilot and the wreckage of the aircraft on television. Khrushchev accused Americans for legally spying on the USSR and demanded an apology. So that's our events, nice and clear. So now we need our impacts. So this meant Cold War tension increased because Khrushchev and Eisenhower had been involved in peace summits as part of the thaw. However, at the Paris Peace Summit, Khrushchev stormed out when Eisenhower refused to apologise. It appeared that peaceful coexistence was coming to an end, and that the tension and brinkmanship of the Cold War would return. However, at this stage, relations were not completely damaged, as Khrushchev was probably making a dramatic political gesture. He had known about U-2 spy planes since 1955, and he also had spies of his own in America, such as Rudolf Abel. Therefore, there was still a possibility that relations could improve at the next summit in Vienna. And they kept on meeting in summits, suggesting the relations were still quite good, doesn't it? Finally, you might want to come up with a short conclusion. Here's some ideas how you might conclude. Do remember, in the style I'm writing, we're already introducing our conclusions at the start of our sentences and at the end of our sentences. We've already rank ordered them. We've already said which is most important, which is least important. Just need to make sure we're saying how important the Cuban Missile Crisis is now for increasing tension, and just make sure we're saying a sort of rank order, which is the most important, and compare the factors. It needs to be a short conclusion, should only take a minute or so. So give that a go. If you want to see an example of a conclusion, then do take a look at my other bullet point videos where I've put example conclusions. Okay, well, I hope you found the video useful and you've managed to revise your knowledge successfully. You've managed to develop your skills around this difficult 16-mark question. If you did find it useful, then have a look at my playlist. You can see lots of other help there, and do have a look at my revision guide. You can find a link to that in the video information. Well, hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.